Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome up.
Hey Collider, here at Limited to One Record Shop in New York City. I'm here with the director of The Running Man, Edgar Wright.
And I'm going on the record with Collider.
So Edgar, we picked 3 albums. The first one we've got is Lodger by David Bowie. This was the first show you ever saw live, right?
Yeah, the first live concert I ever saw, actually the first 3 live concerts I ever saw are pretty wild. Number 1, David Bowie. Number 2, Prince. And number 3, Spinal Tap. But I saw David Bowie when I was 16 at the Milton Keynes Bowl. And I was, a huge fan. I picked this album because this is I think an underrated David Bowie album. It's like the third of his Berlin trilogy. But it also contains my favorite David Bowie song, which is Boys Keep Swinging.
Have you ever used a David Bowie song in one of your films?
No, not yet. I nearly had a song in The World's End. We nearly had his cover of Alabama Song in The World's End, but we ended up using the Doors version instead. So I nearly had a David Bowie song in one of my films. I'd love to use David Bowie in one of my films.
The second album you picked, which is the White Album by the Beatles.
Well, I mean, the Beatles is one of those things. It's more of a prohibitively expensive thing. My parents, they had quite a small record collection, just kind of one box, and those were the first albums I ever listened to. I would go through my parents' record collection, and they had all of the Beatles albums from Rubber Soul onwards, except for Revolver, which I always found really strange. It's like, why didn't you buy Revolver? Back in those days, like, when you used to listen to an album, you would listen and I would watch it. I would just sit and look at the vinyl going around. But this album in particular was so sort of like diverse in terms of all Beatles kind of like writing, all Beatles kind of singing. I've never used the Beatles in a film, and I mean, if I had to use a track from this album, it would probably be Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me, My Monkey. I mean, there's so many great ones on this. I actually have my parents' copy of this still. Oh, this is a different intro.
We were talking a little bit before about some of the songs and the albums that you used during your creative process of The Running Man. Can you talk about some of those albums and some of the music?
Well, usually when you're writing, you're usually using like instrumental. I don't usually like writing or working on scripts to lyrics because you could get distracted. So scores are always good. And when I was working on the script with Michael Bacall, like 2 albums that I remember us listening to a lot was John Carpenter and Alan Howarth's score from Escape from New York, and also Jerry Goldsmith's score for Logan's Run.
What kind of vibe was that you were drawing from?
Dystopian future science fiction.
So the final one we have is, we picked the greatest hits of Sly and the Family Stone. Now, why is Underdog so important to The Running Man?
Oh, Underdog is actually not on the greatest hits at all. Yeah, Underdog is the song that's on the opening credits of the film, and it's the first track from his debut album. It was a song that I already loved, and Michael Bacall actually wrote it into the first draft of the script, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. So it was something that never went away as the idea of using it in the movie. It's a testament. I mean, most of the needle drops in the films that I've used, you've got to really love that song because you're going to hear it hundreds and hundreds of times. I never ever tire of Underdog by Sly and the Family Stone.
Did any of the cast get tired of hearing it over and over again?
I don't think so. I think sort of Glenn, the only sequence of the movie has Glenn walking from the downtown area that he lives in to the uptown area where the network building is. And it's all set to the song. So he's walking in time to it, and he had an earwig, and we had a sort of choreographer, so it was he was walking in step to the song the entire way. So when you see him in that opening credit sequence, know that he's listening to the song at the same time.
You mentioned your needle drops. You're very good at that. You're really known for that. Is that something that you write the script around, knowing you want to play this song, or is that something maybe you figure out later?
Most of the time it's written into the script, especially in films like Baby Driver and Last Night in Soho, where the character is listening to the song in the scene. Those things are written into it. Specifically, Baby Driver was that every single scene had a different song. So all of those songs were written into the script and didn't really, occasionally something would change, you couldn't clear something. And in some cases there were some sort of hip hop songs where I couldn't clear the song, but I could clear the original sample. So sometimes I switched to sort of having the original song itself,
Do you ever change a scene to fit the beat of a song that you know you're going to use?
I've done that a couple of times where I've changed like a song after the fact, but not very often. And usually it's something where there was one song in Baby Driver where at a certain point in the edit, the song really started to get on my tits. And I was like, I have to, and then we actually were doing some reshoots, so I shot an extra bit and changed the song. And actually, I've kind of fallen back in love with that song again, so maybe it'll turn up in the future. But there was a point after listening to it like 100 times, it's like, I can't listen to this song again, maybe we should switch it up. So maybe like once or twice I've done that, but not very often.
I want to finish up by picking an artist that you've never seen live that is at the top of your list that you want to see.
I guess I've never seen Roxy Music live, actually. I'm not sure if I've never seen them. I know they were like sort of touring again recently, and I'd like to see them, but I'd also like to travel back in time and see them in the 70s. Hey, I'm Edgar Wright, and I was on the record with Collider. Please go and see The Running Man on the big screen, large and loud, November 14th.